Have you ever wondered what happens when a hero fails? When a vow, held sacred for a lifetime, is shattered by a single moment of deception. This is the story of such a failure. A tale of a knight whose name was once synonymous with honor, but is now whispered only as a cautionary tale. This is the tale of Sir Aldrich, the wandering knight. For centuries, the Knights of the Silver Spire stood as the unyielding bulwark against the encroaching darkness. Their fortress, perched on the precipice of the shadowed peaks, was the final bastion of light, and its gate was the sacred threshold between the realms of men and the domains of demons. Sir Aldrich was the warden of that gate, a living embodiment of the spire's ideals. His armor, polished to a mirror sheen, reflected not just the sun's rays, but the purity of his soul. His sword, Oathkeeper, had never been drawn in vain, and his word was as solid as the granite of the mountains themselves. He had sworn a sacred oath upon his knighting, that no creature of darkness, no matter its guise, would ever pass the gate while he drew breath. For 50 years he had kept that vow, his vigilance as constant as the northern star. He was more than a man. He was a symbol, a legend whispered in taverns and taught to children. He was Sir Aldrich the Steadfast, the unwavering, the sentinel of the spire. But even the brightest light can be tricked by a clever shadow. On a night when the moon hid behind a shroud of mournful clouds, and a chilling wind howled through the peaks like a lament, a lone figure approached the gate. It was not a snarling beast or a horned monstrosity, but a woman, frail and cloaked in rags. Her face etched with a sorrow so profound it could have carved canyons. She claimed to be a refugee from a village lost to a sudden, unnatural blight, the sole survivor of a forgotten hamlet. Her voice was a fragile melody of despair, and her eyes, wide and glistening with unshed tears, held a universe of pain. She pleaded for sanctuary, for a moment's respite from the horrors that had consumed her life. Sir Aldrich, a man whose heart, though disciplined, was not made of stone, looked upon her. He saw not a threat, but a victim of the very darkness he had sworn to fight. His oath was to protect the innocent, and here was innocence personified. Shivering at his gate, the laws of the spire were clear. The gate remained sealed after dusk, yet the law of his own compassion screamed louder. He saw the tremble in her hands, the exhaustion in her posture, and made a decision that would haunt him for eternity. Believing he was performing an act of mercy, he unbarred the great gate and let her pass. The moment she stepped across the threshold, the air grew unnaturally cold. The torches sputtered, their flames turning a sickly green. The woman's frail form straightened, her sorrowful face twisting into a triumphant, grotesque sneer. Her eyes, once pools of despair, now burned with the malevolent fire of the abyss. The disguise melted away like morning mist, revealing the true form of Malachor, a demon prince of deception, a being of ancient and terrible power. Laughter, a sound like grinding stone and shattering glass, echoed through the fortress as the demon unleashed its power. The sacred wards of the spire, designed to repel evil from without, were useless against a foe that was already within. The fortress that had stood for 1,000 years fell in a single night, not to an army, but to a lie. The Knights of the Silver Spire were slaughtered, their light extinguished by the treachery Aldrich had allowed. As dawn broke, casting its mournful light upon the ruins and the dead, Sir Aldrich stood alone amidst the devastation. His polished armor was now blackened with soot and stained with the blood of his brothers. His sword, Oathkeeper, lay broken at his feet, but the deepest wound was not one that could be seen. It was the wound in his soul, the gaping chasm left by his broken oath. Stripped of his title, his home, and his honor, he was cast out. He was no longer Sir Aldrich the Steadfast, but Aldrich the Oathbreaker. He now wanders the lands, a solitary, tormented figure, his face forever hidden beneath a deep cowl. He seeks not forgiveness, for he believes he is beyond it. He seeks redemption in a battle he knows he can never truly win, to hunt down every shadow, every creature of the night, hoping that by saving others, he can atone for the one moment he failed. He is the wandering knight, a ghost, haunted by a single disastrous act of kindness, a living reminder that even the noblest of hearts can be deceived, and that the road to hell can be paved with the best of intentions.